Congratulations, we've gotten to the end of a interesting year and our first year in Schoology. So we've put together a guide to help you as a teacher prepare your course and grades and everything else for the end of the year and show you the step-by-step how to do that. So if you go to our FUHSD Learning Center and click on Ending the Year in Schoology Teacher Guide, you'll see that we have created a step-by-step process for you. This video will cover step 1 and step 2, and I'll create more videos for the other steps. So step 1, it's really important to set a final date for late work and communicate to students. This year especially, you may have more students trying to make up late work at the last minute, and it needs to be very clear to them what your process is. We've had trouble with students just submitting work without notifying teachers, and for you as a teacher, it's very difficult with 50 assignments in your gradebook to go and find what's been resubmitted or what was submitted late. So we suggest that the first tip is create some sort of Dropbox. Let the students know there's only one way you'll accept submissions and revisions for late work, and they have to notify you by turning it in. And that notification could be an email, it could be a message in Schoology. We suggest things like putting the assignment name, their course, etc. Or some teachers have shared a late work Google form that they created, which has lots of details about what course they're in, why they're resubmitting, what you hope to do with it. If you only accept some late work, put zeros in for other unsubmitted work that you won't plan to let them submit. So that way you'll know that you can take those assignments that are marked missing, and assignments that have zeros, you will not accept them. And also include instructions for students on how to check for grades. We have a tutorial here. It's a video as well as a Google Doc that we've already created, so feel free to share those with your students. So that's step 1. Step 2 is, how do you go through your gradebook and use the missing exception? Many of you probably already know this, but if you haven't used it before, there are multiple ways that you can handle assignments. There is the orange missing, which tells them that they could turn it in if you wanted to. You can also excuse students from assignments or mark them incomplete. So in your gradebook, the way to do that is that when you come over one of the assignments and you can see I have an empty space, you go to the flag and you mark that as missing. What that does is that automatically populates a 0 in for those assignments. The advantage to this is that at the end, when I'm trying to look at my grades and things that are I could see if there are any assignments that were marked missing and then a student submitted it. So if a student went ahead and made a submission on this Google Drive assignment and didn't notify me, I would still be able to filter them marked missing with submission. However, when you have many students, this gets really challenging, but at least that gives you a little bit of an advantage. If I don't plan to let them submit, then I'm just going to go ahead and put in a 0 for any missing assignment. So for this one, I don't plan to let them submit. I will just add a 0. You want to make sure that you have no blanks, because a blank does not calculate into the student's grade, and so they don't know that that is penalizing them. And if you haven't used the missing exception previously, this may be hard to do at the end of the semester, but is a good habit to get into as you grade each assignment.